Fitty, you with me, buddy?
I'm with you.
All right. You like that intro?
It doesn't get much better than that, really.
All right. Welcome to the second consecutive COFL Sports Talk podcast with my cohort Fitty, also known as that dude.
Some people might call me that.
Yeah. So we have a lot to talk about as usual. We're going to touch on the recap, as you can see in the background. God, just look at that. Isn't that probably the most? That's unbelievable.
One way to trigger an entire city.
I'm glad we didn't do this when the Bears lost, because I would have had to post a picture of Cody Parkey in the background. I don't know what I would have done.
I would have enjoyed it a lot more than you did.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to recap the conference championship games, and we are going to do a Super Bowl preview. We're going to discuss some other things along the way. We'll do COFL talk as well, traditional league and franchise spot. That answers your question. So those of you listening, we will not be on GroupMe, or Fitty, if you want to, go ahead, but I won't. If you got any questions or comments or whatever, we will be reading them on the YouTube chat. So we begin. The Rams and Saints. It was, in my opinion, obviously a great game. That goes without saying.
Anything but that ending would have been perfect.
I know. And I was sitting down. I'm like, oh, Saints got this. I'm like, this, one first down, they're done. And when that happened, I was waiting, because usually it's almost like the NBA where if a guy there's a foul, and if the ball goes in, they won't call it, or if it doesn't go in, then they'll call it. There's almost like a delay, and I'm waiting and nothing. I couldn't believe it.
It couldn't have been more obvious. And what's funny is, like, the average team still shouldn't feel that, like, even given that circumstance, the Rams have Greg Zuerlein, and that just makes it so much worse.
God, I know.
He just made two amazing kicks. One of them was 57 yards. What do you want? I wish that I could trot a guy out there and feel good about him.
Tell me about 57. It. I keep going back to Cody Parkey. I'm not trying to make this a Bears podcast, but you look at the playoffs, and we'll touch on the other game too. The NFL playoffs, your kicker's going to have to make a kick. He's going to have to make a kick.
Absolutely. It's the name of the game.
It's the name of the game, man. And, with the Rams, Greg Zuerlein, 57. I forget what the other one was. And then, when we started talking about the other game, what's his name? Boddicker? I forget the Chiefs kicker.
Yeah, Harrison Butker.
Yeah, Butker, whatever. He made it. His wasn't that far, but he drilled it.
Yeah, it just takes nuts, and I feel like, I'm a Bengals fan. We have Randy Bullock. I don't feel good about him from 35, so.
Oh, God. But no, overall, this is the second year the Saints have been heartbroken.
Those poor bastards.
I know, and it's just like miracle. Terrible things that happen. I just don't get it. It's a dirty city, so dirty things are going to happen to them. I lived in New Orleans for about 2.5 years.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, I lived there for about 2.5. I was living there. Here's a little COFL history for you. So I created the league in 2004, and then I was living in. This was when I was living in Chicago at the time, and then I lived in New Orleans just after Hurricane Katrina, and I was doing a lot of. That's when the COFL. Right now it's in its prime, but back then it was. I was like 21, 22, didn't have shit to do. I was just it was awesome. It was college football at that time, too.
Yeah.
I think you actually might have been in it at that time.
I was for a little bit. I was probably about a year late to the party.
Yeah. That's right. Spot's a Rams fan. I forgot about that. Spot says, countless clutch players stepping up for the Rams. Bummer game overshadowed by horrible call. It is a bummer that it is overshadowed by that. But,
Yeah.
The game was kind of decided. Like, the Saints, that's a pass interference. Pass interference, game's over. Saints, Patriots, done deal.
Here's a novel idea. How about Nickel Roby-Coleman just, looks at the ball? It's not like it was a good throw. It was in coverage. He beat the ball there. I don't know, play defense the right way?
I'm with you. It was Gurley hurt? I mean, they're saying he was hurt, but was he?
He kind of limped into the playoffs as it was. The last 2 weeks, he had some sort of nagging inflammation in his knee. Allegedly, it flared up, but I honestly just kind of think that CJ was the hot hand.
Yeah, man. CJ's a little porker, too. I don't remember him being that big in Denver. I know he was short and stocky, but he's a little pudge.
A little depression eating after getting cut 3 times in a year.
Hey, man, still getting paid. But, God, I want to talk about the Super Bowl already, but we got to wait. But we go back to last week's podcast. I think we both predicted the Saints. Because I think, and I still think the Saints are the better overall team. But, and I don't know what you have to say about this, but the Rams, their defense has actually stepped up. I'm not saying they're playing great because they're not playing great, but
right.
That was, in my opinion, their biggest weakness. And you look at the Chiefs, who we'll get to after this, I know, their defense is like Swiss cheese, and that's what killed them.
Absolute trash.
Absolute trash. It's embarrassing. Like, that shouldn't be in the AFC Championship when you have a defense that bad.
They kind of got what they deserved walking into the playoffs with a 31st ranked defense.
Seriously. I'm like frustrated even talking about that because I feel like
I'd like to give a shout out to Big Wit, 77 for the Rams, our boy, the captain.
Oh, yeah.
Bengals. He spent a good decade here and didn't get crap because he played for us. Waltzes over to the Rams, and suddenly they're in the promised land.
Yeah, that's right. I read an article. I wouldn't say I read an article. I was scrolling through Facebook, and I saw.
that's essentially the same thing.
Yeah, right? Nowadays that actually counts. And I saw something. Maybe you posted it, or some. I saw it somewhere, and that was kind of funny, sad. I don't know. At the same time,
yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
Sad, but like, he deserves it. It is what it is.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We suck.
Yeah, but I do. So after the season, we'll talk about the Saints this game real quick. After the season, so Brees is what? Brees 40? No.
He's 40. He just turned 40 like last week or something.
Damn. So he's heading into this next season. He can still play. Dude, he can play for another 3 years if he wants to. I think everybody knows that.
He's insane. I hope he gets another shot at it. That poor guy can't get any accolades.
I think they will. I don't know who and how many guys they're losing, free agency, yada, yada, yada. I have no idea. That's something I should probably look at for the next podcast. But
it's insane. The dude leads all of the NFL ever in, passing touchdowns?
I know.
Holds passing yardage records as well. No one really even cares. He's not even considered a top 3 in some people's eyes, like in the league now.
Carson wants to know if we will do traditional league playoff predictions later. Of course, Carson.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course. Are you kidding me? That's what we live for. All right. We'll move on because we can go on about this pass interference, but it's – and like Spot said, it sucks that it overshadowed a great game because, I mean, I was –
Oh, yeah.
I was loving this game. It was
no stake in either two teams, and I was on my edge of my seat the entire time.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. No stake.
I want to know your opinion before we move on, though, about replaying more pass interference penalties.
Hate it.
Penalties in general.
Hate it. No way.
What do you do?
Just human error, man. It's almost like baseball. The strike zone, they want to do it electronically. No, man. Sports, it's like. Don't try to make it too perfect. I get it. Like, hey, like, what is like a fumble, an interception, a catch? Yeah, come on, you can replay that. But a pass interference, I think that's like, you can call pass interference every play.
Every single play, someone's waving for a flag on one of the two sides.
Yeah, and it just drags out the game. It's like enough's enough. That's what's yours? What's your opinion?
I'm kind of the same way, but at the same time, there's got to be maybe one a game or something like that. Maybe like a challenge that doesn't count like a normal challenge, but like something this belligerent just has to be fixable. Like there's human error, and then there's the guy just got drilled in the face and no one cared.
Well, here's a way to fix it, and I don't want to take credit for this. They talk about it all the time. I listen to a lot of sports talk radio in Chicago.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how referees, it's a part-time job for them. Case in point, Ed Hockley, who now just retired. He's a lawyer. I think he owns his own law firm. And he did this as
That oddly makes sense.
He did this as a side job. And he made good money, I think. But I forget the amount, but he made good money. But this isn't a full-time job refereeing, so you're not getting the best. You're not paying for the best people at their profession. You're just getting guys who do it for a hobby, who do it for like a side job, quick cash.
Yeah. I feel like at the NFL level, that's pretty unacceptable.
Yeah, in the NFL, they're just going cheap. They're being cheap. It's as simple as that. They're just being cheap because they could pay these guys.
Oh, no doubt. They can do whatever they want. Roger
So,
Goodell made $45 million last year.
Exactly. So that's honestly that's a fix right there. But I don't think you can replay as much as just look at this picture.
I mean, what do you say to that? How long does that review take?
Hey, Spot says Goff was more clutch than Breeze. I don't know about that. Maybe he was. It's close, but dude.
Not in overtime, he wasn't.
Hey man, Goff played his ass off though. I'll give him that. Goff was getting beat. He was getting thrown to the ground. He was falling back, throwing sideways. I was impressed.
Zach Taylor influence. Shout out Bengals' new head coach.
I tip my hat to him, man. I definitely tip my hat to Goff, and I was a Goff. I don't want to say a hater, but I shit talked him a lot. Well,
yeah,
was this his third?
Should have. His first year, he was terrible.
Yeah, and then last year was his second year, right? Is this his third year?
That might be 1 year further than that, but he might have had 2 years with Jeff Fisher. I honestly don't remember.
No, he only had one because Hard Knocks. I remember he was a rookie, and Fisher got fired midseason.
That's right.
All right, let's move on. I know, guys, I'm sure we could talk about this game the whole podcast, but we got other stuff we got to talk about. All right, especially the franchise, all those trades, chaos.
That was amazing. I loved being in the middle of that.
I couldn't, who else would be in that? I couldn't keep up with it. All right, here we go. For all you Kansas City kids out there, ready? There he is. Captain Tom, TFB, Tom effing Brady. I predicted it's not like a bold prediction, but I had a feeling the Patriots were going to come in and win.
I just didn't. I'm on record. You can go back and listen to it. I just hate that guy. Wanted everything to go against that guy, and then he does exactly. At the same time, I was the first person to state on Facebook, 100% chance he brings him down the field here when he had the chance with 2 minutes to go. Everyone just knows the deal.
Well, see, I don't hate him. In fact, I respect him. I can't hate him. It's almost like I tell my friends, it's like hating the Dave Matthews Band. You can't hate Dave Matthews Band. You cannot like him. Or it's almost like hating Christmas music. You can't hate Christmas music. You can probably be annoyed by it and you get sick of it, but you can't hate it.
That's fair. Maybe.
I'm not telling you what you can and can't.
I see what you're saying.
I'm not telling you what you can and can't hate, but anyways, Tom Brady is.
I hate Tom Brady.
He just does it, and sorry, I gotta lower this. He got it done, man, and he just. Someone said it. Might have been you in the traditional league chat. I think the first drive and then definitely the overtime drive. Those were JT drives.
Oh yeah, that was definitely it.
Just dink and dunk. How about Romo calling everything?
That dude is an absolute genius, and I think that it is the greatest thing ever that he is in the Super Bowl already.
Oh, isn't it? When I heard that, I was pretty excited because I didn't want I didn't know what channel it was on. I didn't want Buck and Aikman.
No.
Aikman doesn't bother me. Buck kind of annoys me. He annoys me more in baseball. But
yeah, he's terrible at baseball.
He's so bad at baseball. But man, this game, we were talking about it just a second ago, but the Chiefs' 31st ranked defense, that's just unsat. It's unsatisfactory to be in the AFC Championship game, and it showed. Your defensive coordinator has to be fired.
And he was.
He was. Well, there you go. It was almost embarrassing as an NFL fan, and I know we're going to this new wave offense. That's cool and all. Hey, I'm all about it. But
I mean, if they have a middle-of-the-road defense, they win.
Just like a 25th ranked defense.
Yeah, I mean, 31st is just not it.
No, it's so bad. But I can watch Mahomes sling that rock all day. I mean, that's to me.
He's the new most fun player to watch, in my opinion.
Yeah, to me, that's art. You talk about people reading books and going to see paintings. No. Watching a quarterback just sling that pill and watching a football in the snow. To me, that is art.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my two things that are art.
The alternate arm angles and throwing on the run. and you don't really get an appreciation for it with like the view that they normally give TV people. When you get the one that's like behind him and or like from the end zone, and you get to like see what he sees, see what he's reading, see how many moving parts there are when he's doing it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And then going into, I think it was, what was it? It was 17-7 at halftime?
Did they score? It might have been a shutout at halftime.
Maybe. Sorry, my wife was texting me, and I'm reading two things at once. I got to move out of the way.
Unacceptable.
Send
her the podcast link.
What'd you say?
Just send her the podcast link.
I definitely can't do two things at once. But I want to know how.
14-0 at halftime, and then they put up 24 points in the fourth quarter to force overtime.
I never really heard of what Carson and Nick Slade had to say. They all really just dropped F-bombs, and I mean, did they really say much? I mean, the kids we're talking about they're from Kansas City, they're Chiefs fans, and they were very vocal.
I'm pretty sure they already bought tickets to the next game.
I don't blame them. Actually, I do blame them.
That's probably why this all happened.
Hey, that crowd was rocking too. I love that. That stadium was rocking. And Captain Tom, just calm and easy. He's been there before. Let me ask you this: do you think it's more Belichick or do you think it's more Tom? And you can't say both.
It's 100% Bill.
I agree.
I think that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Brady's really smart, but Bill is just the constant there, and he's so smart. And it's clear that it's the in-game changes and the halftime adjustments, and it's just. Every game, he's got a game plan that's just unbelievably smart. And when you look back at it, everyone just says, why didn't someone else think of this? Every single time.
I know. And what's crazy is teams, and they're going to do it. They're going to try to reincarnate the Patriot way.
Yeah. And
everybody.
That's what's kind of funny is like people kind of have tried. And I know that the Jimmy Garoppolo experiment didn't get to last very long, but like that was their hope there. But at the end of the day, it's just the routes that these guys are running and the schemes that these guys are running. Tom doesn't have to throw it 10 yards. He doesn't. There's no reason to. He just has 3 plays when he walks up to the line, reads the defense like a genius because he's pretty much an expert at reading defenses, picks the right one. That's the end of it. It's so simple that Tony Romo knew what he was doing before the snap.
Isn't that what you're trying to do in the COFL Traditional League now?
Yeah, that's pretty much my approach. I'm taking the old Tom Brady, Bill Belichick stance here.
Wow. I don't think I'm that far along. I'm still trying to. I don't even know what I'm trying to do in the COFL.
You had a hot streak. It's not like you weren't doing anything.
I did. I'll be all right. You know what I've been doing is I've been messaging these guys on Twitter saying, "Hey, how do you beat this defense? What do you do here?" So I got some. Come playoff time.
Research is where it's at there.
I mean, no. This is new. This is like this week after I played you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I got to go at this a whole different way, because
nice.
if I want to get to the COFL Bowl, I got to go through Fitty. And right now, Fitty is playing as good or just as good as JT was in his prime.
I feel like that's a hefty compliment, but I do feel like my defense is better than it's ever been.
Without a doubt. Sure. But we're talking about Chiefs Patriots, so let's go back to that.
Sorry.
Let's see what some of these comments have to say here. We got the Kansas City kids talking. So we got Spot saying advertisement for the Los Angeles Rams midseason fire sale. Watching TRL over there in the background.
I had to go get my charger in the other room, and I think my roommate's watching Big Brother, maybe.
And then we go, Carson Steiner says he hates Tom Brady. Oh, yeah, Victor Torres says Witten sucks compared to... Dude, Witten is the worst.
I have no clue how he's so bad.
I don't understand how he's up there by himself. Not by himself, but, like, he's not a complimentary guy. He's like this should be... Booger should be up there helping him out. You got...
Booger should be anywhere but that ridiculous cart thing that's going on.
And isn't he blocking the view of fans who pay a shit ton of money to get great seats?
And it took him till week 4 to listen to the complaints, too.
That's unbelievable.
I don't understand. That's just ignorance.
Then Spot says Romo calling every Pats play directly leads to a KC firing defensive coordinator, I'm sure. Carson says they play like I do. Yes, they do, Carson. That's why you could make the playoffs. Yeah, there you Spot. Spot says Kareem Hunt going to the Bears this offseason. Hell yeah, he is. Dude, I don't care if he fucking beats his mom. All right? The girl who he hit dropped an N-bomb on him. Dude, if you drop that, you're going to get hit. You're going to get hit.
I can't even argue that.
No, and you should get hit. Okay? Male or female, if you say that word, you're getting hit. So, like, there should be a law. I feel like I said this before on the podcast, but there should be like a written law that says, hey, if you say this word, you're getting smacked, so you can't press charges. So
that seems fair to me.
Anyways, but I think Kareem Hunt's done some other things in the past that led to this.
Less than still a human being for sure.
But yeah, I'll take him. I don't care, man. I mean, I do kind of care if he like raped a chick or murdered someone, but if she dropped an M-bomb, she's getting hit.
No doubt.
But you should not hit women. I just want to clarify that. You should not hit women. But
CFL about to get bombed before it starts because we condone women violence.
As Bill Burr once said, the great comedian, I'm not saying you should hit a woman, but don't tell me they don't deserve it.
That seems fair.
All right. You got me all fired up now, Spot. Then we got Starshaw saying, as an OU fan, I feel for the Chiefs. We're in the same boat. Yeah, you are.
Super hard.
Yeah. Carson Steiner says, we have Mahomes for a long time. You do. You're going to have to pay some dough, so get ready for that.
Yeah, I'm hearing $200 million.
Spot says, Prez, you going to bring the wife on the podcast sometime so we can get her thoughts on the COFL? You know, I'll tell you, it was a while ago. I think this was actually when we were early on dating. So, you know, say 3-4 years ago, I forget. And I showed her what the COFL was, and she's like, this is the coolest thing ever, you know what I mean? Like, da-da-da. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you know, there's people all over the world. I'm like, I got a guy in the UK in the league. And this was pre-JMCC when he went and met a Christian Asian and a Buddhist? I forget. Anyways. But, you know, she doesn't mind it. She likes it. She just hates it when I get mad at the game. And I carry it on for like 20 minutes after the fact.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
You know? So.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this is one of the coolest things ever. If you can't appreciate this to some level, I just don't know what to say to you.
Seriously, and I think a lot of people do. I mean, we've had at top 14 people watching this podcast, so people do appreciate it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, no doubt. I want to know who the hell clicked dislike, though. They can suck it.
Carson Steiner says, just throw the ball and hope it doesn't get picked. Sweet, Carson. That's awesome strategy. Victor Torres.
What he does.
Yeah, Victor Torres. Charles Davis is one of the best. I like him because he's professional. He doesn't try to be too dramatic. Like Trent Dilfer, dramatic. I hate him.
Too dramatic.
Randy Moss, all he does is scream. I just feel like a lot of these analysts, they try to just make it seem like it's like the last game on earth and this is the biggest moment. It's like, take it easy. Just call the game.
Yeah, 100%. Gus Johnson is like the most famous for that, in my opinion.
Oh, Gus Johnson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he only has one volume.
Gus Johnson is the man. All right, we're going to move on. We have... hold on. We have a technical difficulty. Said the link didn't work.
Check. I'm in.
Hey.
Oh, there he is. All right, now joining us is a longtime COFL legend. His name is Clemson. They call him the perfect face for radio.
Correct.
And he is a big Clemson fan. And that's probably the best introduction I'm going to give you. Welcome.
2018 national champs.
2018
Swagger.
national champs. That's right. All right, well, we're moving on here. We're going to move to the Super Bowl 53 preview. COFL edition. This is better than ESPN. This is better than NFL Network. All right?
100%.
100%. You want to know why? Because we're just going off our head. We're winging it. We didn't get together and talk about, hey, let's do this, do that. We're just rattling off sports knowledge because that's what we like to do. Am I
That's
right?
just the way we go. No teleprompters here.
No teleprompters whatsoever. Well, I'm gonna start with Fitty because he's feeling it. Fitty, just before we get into the game,
Yeah.
who do you think's gonna win? Who do you want to win?
All right. Well, I want the Rams to win.
Okay.
Pretty much Zach Taylor. He's our new head coach. I feel like this whole experience has already been good enough as a Bengals fan to see that our coach has seen the Super Bowl at the very least. Aforementioned Andrew Whitworth reference, our old captain. Love to see him get one. And for the most part, just hate Tom Brady. You can say that I can't hate Tom Brady, but I just do. What I think is going to happen is going to be one of the closest games that's ever happened. I think this is going to be one of the most incredible battles of the minds I've ever seen. I'm super excited to watch it go down. Belichick versus McVay, new school, old school. I think it's going to be a passing of the torch. I think at the end of the day, Brady and Belichick have the mind, but there's just so much talent on the Rams, and I think that the youth isn't as much of a problem as Kansas City had. Like, their entire roster, and especially their quarterback, was just so young that the Patriots just – it is what it is. They just over-schemed and out-coached, and Andy Reid kind of sucks a little bit, even though he's great. It doesn't make sense. But I don't know. I think that the Rams just have too much talent. You look at their positions, position by position. I'm not even sure why the Patriots have a good defense. It's got to be entirely scheme. But the Rams, they have so many ridiculous studs. They have so many Pro Bowlers and former Pro Bowlers. I just don't see on an athletic level how the Patriots could keep up. And I'm sure they'll make me eat my words, but I want the Rams, and I think the Rams are going to do it.
No, I agree. Clemson, who do you want to win, and who do you think's going to win?
I think everybody wants the Rams to win. I don't think there's a question about that. You know, you said you hated Tom Brady. That's fine. You can hate Tom Brady, but you got to respect what he's been able to do during his career, especially the longevity of it. I mean, he's 41 years old, and he's back in another Super Bowl. I mean, that's insane.
Our boy Drew Brees was like a really terrible call away from doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on the officiating, because it went a little bit of both ways in that game. They just had the worst one.
Oh, no doubt.
The Rams, I think you hit on a good point. The Rams, as far as their defense goes, this is something I've railed on all year long, is they aren't an elite defense, but they get the stops they need to get. They get the stops to get the ball back to their offense. Like, they're not going to shut you down, but they're going to stop you enough to win the ball game. And it starts with that defensive front. You're talking about Ndamukong Suh, Aaron Donald, Dante Fowler now thrown into the mix, who had the big play on Drew Brees and caused the interception in overtime. Like, they have studs all over the place on that defensive front.
I still can't believe they got Dante Fowler, but go on.
Borderline for free. I wanted to make that move so bad.
And when it matters the most, that defensive line has stepped up and made a play this year. Look, I know the Patriots going to scheme it to get the ball out quick and all that kind of stuff. But if you've noticed, the past two games against the Chargers and then against KC, they came out and wanted to pound the football and hold on to the ball, right? Like, that was clearly the game plan in both of those games, to keep Phillip Rivers off the field, to keep Pat Mahomes off the field. It worked for 3 quarters, and then they exploded for 38 combined points in the fourth quarter. So it kind of fell apart there. But
attrition's got to set in at some point if you're putting all that on the line.
Well, I don't think they're going to be able to do it against the Rams front. I mean, I think that's going to be the difference, is they're going to shut down the run. And, you know, you don't want to say, oh, make Tom Brady pass, because he will beat you through the air. But you also don't want them to hold on to the football. So I think you see them take some chances, kind of sell out on the run a little bit, maybe bring a blitz, a pass blitz that ends up turning into a run blitz. But I think the Rams defense, this is hard for me to say, because I think Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time. But I think the Rams defense forces a mistake, and I think it's the difference in the game.
Great analysis, both of you. I mean, I definitely could not have done better than that. That's really good stuff.
Let's see you try.
Yeah. I think, like Clemson said, everybody wants the Rams to win. But, man, I mean, before you guys started talking, I was like, the Patriots are going to win. But now I'm about to go empty my bank account and put all the money on the Rams.
I think you should do that.
Well, the way – and I said it last week too – the way to beat Tom Brady and the Patriots is to – and this is to beat any team, but especially them – is to get to Tom Brady, to hit him, to knock him down. And the Rams 100% have that defensive front. It still amazes me how bad their defense was early on, but as the season went on, and especially in the playoffs, it stepped up. Or maybe it's just – it stepped up. It's just not as bad, but, they have a week off to rest their body. But Aaron Donald, Sue – Fowler, I mean, I think obviously if they want to win, shut down the run, get to Tom Brady. I mean, that's obviously an easy recipe. Can they do it? Yeah. But I think that, since we're live, I'm going to say, if I was putting money on the game, which I might, I'd bet the Patriots just because it's Captain Tom. I'm sorry. I don't want him to win, though.
See, what's crazy about – because everyone knows that the key is getting pressure on Tom Brady, but, Tom Brady is so good at reading defenses that, you have to get to him, because if you just blitz and don't get to him, he will find the open guy literally every time, and that's how most people lose.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Dante Fowler is the big key.
Well, he can cover, too.
Well, because Aaron Donald can get pressure inside, and that's going to be big, too, is being able to push the pocket in. But you've got to have a guy on the edge. And before they got Dante Fowler, they had Aaron Donald and Sue on the inside, but they didn't have anybody outside that could go get to the quarterback. Now with Fowler, they have somebody with that ability. He's got to be the one to step up and really put pressure on Brady.
High scoring or low scoring game? And when I say high scoring, I mean both teams scored in the 30s. Low scoring, the mid to low 20s.
I'd say low scoring.
Yeah, same here.
I'm going high.
You're going high?
31-24-ish.
I'm going high because I still think the Patriots are going to score. They're not going to shut them down because their defense isn't built to do that. I just think that defense is going to get one or two big plays. Remember back when they played Kansas City, and that defense, I think they got they have 2 pick sixes in that game.
Oh yeah. They replayed that game Saturday night. I was at a bar, and they had it on, and the whole bar was just watching the game. But go on, it was awesome.
But I mean, in critical moments, their defense stepped up and made a play. And they don't win that game if their defense doesn't step up and make a play. I think it's going to be something similar where they're giving up yards, they're giving up points, but at some point in the game, somebody on that defensive front is going to make a play, and it's going to be the difference. But I still think it's pretty high scoring.
Yeah, no doubt. I could see that 100%.
Yeah, I can see it. The game is in Atlanta. It's in a dome. So, right? It's in Atlanta? Yeah.
That's right.
It's in a dome. Wasn't it? Oh, no. Never mind.
How happy are Falcons fans that the Saints didn't make it? Because that would have been heartbreaking to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Watch their team or their city get flooded by people from their division.
Oh, that would suck. Those of you listening, let us know who you think's going to win. I don't even know who's the. I mean, this isn't anything about the game, but who's the halftime show?
It's a Maroon 5 with Travis Scott and someone else maybe.
It's going to be a show that I don't watch.
That's awful.
Correct.
That's awful. I mean, the halftime show was whatever. Who cares? Chili Peppers was cool, I think, a couple years ago.
Yeah, they've had some good ones.
No, they haven't.
Janet Jackson's hit really ruined everything.
Yeah. I remember when the Bears went in 2006, Prince played, and it was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he killed it.
It's Big Boy, the Atlanta rapper.
Really? There you go. From Outkast.
Absolutely.
No shit.
So they'll be there, too. That might make it watchable.
Yeah, I'll watch Big Boy.
I'm glad they added somebody local, because I was thinking to myself, you have all this talent, musical talent in Atlanta, and you're going to pick Maroon 5 to be your halftime show?
Yeah.
It's so brutal. Well, I guess all their talent is just majority hip-hop and rap, and they're just trying not to do that, even though they should.
Yeah, they should embrace it, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, they should just have Outkast play. Shit. Andre 5, what's his name? Andre
3000. My man.
I almost just said Andre 5000. That's amazing. That is amazing. Yes, I am white, folks, and I like rock and roll. I am excited for this game, obviously. Pro Bowl, who cares? Mitch Trubisky got announced to it, and I was like, come on. Like,
Pro Bowl's a scam.
It's such a scam.
Joe Mixon led the league in rushing and didn't even get the third replacement.
Really?
Yeah. 2 people got hurt, and he still didn't get picked, and he led the AFC in rushing yards after missing 2 games.
Wow.
Just figured it out. I don't understand.
Interesting. All right.
My boy Deshaun Watson just got his first Pro Bowl, so we're not going to talk trash about the Pro Bowl on this show.
No. You know, it's more. I'm not. What I mean, like, it's more like. So they announced the Pro Bowl guys, right? But like 3 weeks later, when the guys are like, "F it, I'm not here. I'm not going. I don't want to go." Like the Bears left tackle Charles Leno got put in the Pro Bowl. I mean, the guy is nowhere near a Pro Bowl offensive lineman. Like for me, like Pro Bowl, you're like top at your position. He's not top at his position. So, anyways, let's move on. I think. Oh, next topic is going to be fun. Next topic is going to be fun. And Clemson, I'm going to let you lead off with it.
All right.
You have no idea what it is.
Nope.
So I want to hear your raw reaction. All right, here we go.
That's what radio is all about, baby.
Exactly. Here we go. Foles and Wentz. Who's it going to be?
Yes.
Who's it going to be? Where are they going to go, whoever it's not? And that's all I got. Go ahead.
Who is it going to be? It's going to be Wentz, because they put too much into Carson Wentz to let him go now. Who should it be? It should be Nick Foles, because Carson Wentz can't stay healthy. He's apparently causing issues within the organization.
Yeah, I heard that. Is that true, though?
I actually heard that was a random guy that had no credentials that just started a really solid Twitter rumor that got out of hand.
Yeah, I heard that. Like they said he was like a bully. It just didn't seem right. But go on.
I mean, here's the thing. Nick Foles is one Alshon Jeffrey drop pass from probably making it to the NFC Championship. He won you a Super Bowl. I would reward the guy. I mean, he hasn't been elite during the season, but when it comes playoff time, it's Foles time, baby.
How old is he? Do any of you guys know?
I believe he's 29.
Okay.
I mean.
Yeah, but quarterbacks can play till they're 50. Go on.
He actually just turned 30 3 days ago.
You got a guy in Wentz who, by the way, at some point, you're going to have to pay him a ton of money. I'd just go ahead and pay Nick Foles and let Wentz walk, because there's no guarantee he's going to get back to full health. And if he does get back to full health, that he's not just going to get hurt again.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown me first-round potential at this point.
Who hasn't? Wentz hasn't?
No.
Nah, no. He did last year. Not this season, the season before. I think they were like, didn't they go like 15-1 with him?
I think he was out by the middle of the season. I think Foles had come in at the end of the year.
His rookie year, he showed me something, but this past year, I mean, I'm gonna let you keep going, and then I'll say what I have to say anyway. Go.
Well, and I mean, this past year he didn't look very good.
Yeah.
Foles looked better this year. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. So
he did.
If it was me, I would go ahead and pay Foles and let Wentz walk. They're not going to do that. They've invested too much into him to do that. So Foles is going to go off somewhere else and have a huge contract. And, I mean, he's going to be living the life because he's going to get paid. Whether or not he's ever successful again, he's won a Super Bowl, and he almost led his team back to the NFC Championship. Somebody's going to pay him. So good for him wherever he ends up.
Yeah, you know what? And Spot says there isn't a single person in Philly that would complain about paying Foles. I don't think anybody would complain. Like if they said, hey, we're going to go with Foles, Wentz, beat it, I think everyone would be like, you know what? Fine.
Yeah. I mean, he's been successful when it matters the most. And that's what people usually look for in this league.
This whole situation is it's really unbelievable. Fiddy, we're going to get to your thoughts in a second, but it's really unbelievable how this has come about. I mean, this is something out of a movie. Think about it. First round draft pick. Was he the number 1 overall pick?
Yes.
Number 1 overall pick. Stud. All-American kid. Great kid. Says the right things. Then you have I don't want to call him a veteran, but quarterback that went through a couple teams, almost left the league, almost said, you know what, I'm done. Says, you know what, I'm going to stick around. Sticks around. Dream quarterback gets hurt. New old guy comes in, wins them a Super Bowl. It's something you really can't make up. And that's why sports are great.
Well, I think what everyone forgets about Nick Foles is remember back when Chip Kelly was in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And they had Mike Vick at quarterback. Mike Vick gets hurt, so this guy named Nick Foles comes in. And Nick Foles lit the world on fire that year in Chip Kelly's system.
Did he?
I mean, he was a beast.
I don't even remember that.
I mean, I
remember Mike Vick. Well. I remember Mike Vick, Chip Kelly. I just don't remember.
Yeah, he ran the read option really well, and he play actioned off of it really, really well. And he was putting up numbers. They weren't any good, but he was putting up numbers. And so after Chip Kelly left, he kind of drops off the radar. And then you come back, you get a spread-type system again in Philadelphia, and look what happens. Nick Foles starts thriving again in the spread system.
Fitty?
So, naturally, I've got a Bengals spin on this. We're going to get Zach Taylor as our the quarterback's coach from the Rams is going to be our head coach. His brother is Press Taylor, who is the quarterback coach for the Eagles. And there's rumors that he's going to bring Press with him because it's a big old family thing. He's already going to hire some sort of – he's got like 3 family connections already coming in. So my bold prediction is that it's going to be Wentz that stays. That's not the bold part. But that Nick Foles comes with his quarterback coach and we trade Andy Dalton.
Ooh.
Wow.
The zinger there is that Jay Gruden, the Redskins head coach, he loves Andy Dalton from his time as the offensive coordinator here. And he has publicly stated that he would love to have Andy Dalton on his team. And naturally, since Alex Smith's leg is in half, they could use that. So I think that we have a surefire destination for Dalton if we were able to land a guy that was worthwhile. I don't think that with the new coach coming in, a 31-year-old quarterback that has been 0-7 in the playoffs is the way that coach is going to want to go. I don't think it's his job to make Andy Dalton better. I think it kind of makes sense to start over with a new quarterback, and I think that why would you not start over with somebody that someone in your organization is already familiar with? Should he bring in Press Taylor?
So, I mean, you're a Bengals fan. You're in Cincinnati. You're there.
Yeah.
People they're pretty much done with Andy Dalton, or they're like, you know what, we could still win with him, or they just like
I don't
whatever.
think that they're not done with him, but at the same time, the only excuse he's had is that Marvin has been here just as long. And now that Marvin is gone, I can tell you right now that if we started off 0-5 and Dalton didn't light the world on fire, we would be done with him immediately. Because at that point, it's almost like Marvin was a scapegoat. It's one of those things where, like, he hasn't done well enough not to be – like, we don't love him. He's a great human, by the way. I'd like to point that out. He's amazing in the community, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Not really what we're caring about.
Yeah.
Love Andy Dalton. Don't love the quarterback, Andy Dalton.
Wow. That's I think, all right, let's just say this is my opinion. I'm guessing in all this. What I think is going to happen is I think that they're going to stick with Wentz. I really think they do. I think Foles goes to Miami. Yeah, I just think that I'm not saying Miami has a team to win, but for some reason I just think I think they're going to pay him a shit ton of money. I don't know. For some reason, just Miami just feels right for Nick Foles. I'm trying to think of other teams off the top of my head that would want him, but it's almost, God, if I'm the Eagles, if I'm an Eagles fan, I'm trying to put my head and body in the mind of an Eagles fan, which is a dangerous place to go, folks. It's a dangerous, dark,
We know.
yeah, dirty
We know a
place.
couple of those.
Yeah. I'd probably be saying, hey, trade Wentz for a first-round pick, sign Foles, he'll be your quarterback for 4 years, and then see what happens then, which actually isn't bad. You get a first-round pick out of the gig. I don't know.
Jay Hizzy says that Denver would love Dalton.
Oh. Denver wants Dalton, really?
Honestly, I don't doubt that.
What's he saying? This in the group me?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Jay Hizzy, get in the YouTube chat, kid.
By the way, real quick, if I can, I found the year that Nick Foles went off in Philadelphia under Chip Kelly. He passed 64%, 2,891 yards, 27 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Whoa.
He ran, 57 times for 221 yards and another 3 scores.
What? What year was this? 2012?
2013.
So that was 6 years ago. I was living.
Quarterback
Oh
rating
yeah.
of 119. Wow.
Dude, he was on fire that year. And it was because he finally had a system that fit what he can do.
Yeah. No. You're right.
And then he didn't have that for a while, and now he's back in Philadelphia where, look, they're running a spread system based on the read option.
Wow. I'm sold. Sign Nick Foles. Done. You know what Spot? Another good point by Spot. You know what Spot says he should go to? One of these guys should go to? The Giants.
That's 100% valid.
That is, let's just say they trade. Dude, what if the Giants are like, hey, we'll give you our first round this year and our first round next year for Wentz. So you'd have Wentz and Saquon in the backfield with ODB. That's fun.
That's a gross overpayment for Wentz, but I think that would be awesome for them, and New York is all about that life.
Yeah, they are. That'd be fun. All right, let's move on. We're going to now get into, I think, some COFL football talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's getting juicy. So we're going to start with the traditional league, and then we'll end with the franchise. Let me make sure. Yep, traditional league.
I'll humbly bow out of franchise talk.
That's all right, buddy. So here we are, traditional league. For those of you new guys, first of all, franchise, we have a ton of new guys. Cleaned house.
Love it. Fresh blood.
Fresh blood, dude. I love it. I just love the enthusiasm. It's amazing. So it seems like we got a bunch of them listening. So those of you listening tonight, the traditional league is it's the opposite of a franchise. It's actually one of a kind. There is literally no other league like this. This is the only league in the entire world that does what we do. It is 32 coaches. I create 4 divisions based on competition level. I create a schedule. No trades, no CPU. It's not a franchise. It's just head-to-head, straight up. Anyways, so this is the standings right now. So we're going to start with the NFC. And the playoff picture in both leagues has really, really taken shape. And these playoffs are going to be, for a lack of a better word, awesome. They are going to be absolutely awesome. I mean, we're getting, in my opinion, we're going to have the best of the best in the league, for the most part, in the playoffs. The NFC, Bowman, ZZ look like they are going to get the byes. I bet you the road to COFL Bowl 14 is going to go through Philadelphia. You got Nick Slade. So those 3 have clinched. We have 4 teams that have clinched. Atlanta, Seattle, Tampa Bay, and Philadelphia. And then
Quick shout out to Clemson with the old ZZ call.
Yeah, seriously, Clemson. Literally tipping my hat to you. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you said it with confidence and vigor, and
Oh yeah. Look, man, he's probably not going to get a good team next year, so I don't know if he can replicate it. but this was the perfect storm of team fit for him.
Yeah.
He does always brag about those Falcons. He likes using them in the lobby.
It's amazing. So we're gonna talk about ZZ for a minute because ZZ is, I have a lot of favorite guys in the league, but ZZ is one of them. He's a great guy. I love his humor. It's weird, but he's funny. But the thing about ZZ, for those of you that are new to the league or aren't listening or don't really know who he is, he's been in the league, probably since like 2000. Let's just say 2007. So 12 years. We've been doing the Madden League. This is our 14th season. So in 13 seasons, he's made the playoffs 7 times, and he's never won a playoff game. He is 0-7.
He is Marvin Lewis.
Here's
the question.
Go ahead.
Does getting a bye week count as a win for him?
No. But here's a fun question, and this will be fun. So let's say, in my opinion, God, this is crazy. So the 5 teams, the first 5 teams are set. I think seeding is actually even set for those first 5. I think it's going to go Philly, Atlanta, Tampa Bay, Seattle, and then Clemson, who's Washington, will be the 5 seed. So the 6 seed, you got San Francisco, New York, Arizona, Minnesota, and Dallas, and Carolina. You got 6 teams going for 1 spot. Now with the tiebreaker, so let's say we have 4 teams that are 8-8. The first tiebreaker is head-to-head. And when you have that many teams, the head-to-head gets kind of skewed because one team beat another team, the other team beat that team, one team didn't play the other team. My brain really hurts when I have to do it. So who the hell knows who's going to get in? But for shits and giggles, I'm going to say that Hirsch gets in. Or could it be Roll?
No.
Well, he's 6-6. Hey, do me a favor, one of you guys. Can you look up who Roll has left to play?
Already looking it up. Let's see. He's got.
Let's go.
Bowman once.
Okay, Bowman once. I'm saying. I don't know.
They played already, and Roll lost 24-20.
That was a good game.
He's got Klondike again, the battle of turnovers.
He'll win.
He plays Pop Daddy.
He'll win.
And then he plays Coach P.
Ooh, that's good. So he won't
That's
be.
like storybook stuff there.
Yeah, that's going to come down to the last game for him. Wow. I think so. Man, he's got to beat Bowman. He's got to beat Bowman or Coach P. I think his best chance is Bowman. I don't think he beats Coach P. Dude, so let's say
Coach P seems to have last time when I called him out and said he usually slacks off a little bit and falls off, he kind of did that since the last time we talked about it.
Yeah, I think he's lost 2 in a row. I think he was 9-4 and now he's 9-6.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It depends on what version of Coach P he gets, because Coach P can be like one of the best coaches in this league, or he can be a guy that I accidentally steamroll.
Accidentally. Carson Steiner says he's absolutely getting it, or definitely getting in, which he could. I mean, he's got the tiebreaker over the Giants. I don't know if he has a tiebreaker over Minnesota or Dallas, or he lost to Carolina. I don't know. So anyways, let's just say, for shits and giggles, who do you guys think the 6th seed's going to be, and then we'll decide.
I mean, I think if the Lions get their games in,
which he won't,
he'll end up being the 6th seed.
But he's not. I'm not even counting him, dude. He's got 7 games to do it'll be 4 days tomorrow. There's no way.
I still have to play him twice. That's 2 of my last 3 games.
Yeah, well, those will be. Yeah, well, anyways, don't even say him because it won't be him.
Gosh, man.
I know, isn't it tough?
Well, what's the Giants' record? Sorry, I can't see it.
Oh, you're good.
It's too small on my screen.
They're 8-8.
So you said Carson has the tiebreaker over him.
Yeah.
So he's kind of out already. He's kind of not even in the picture.
But he could be, because what if the Cardinals are 8-8 and the Vikings are 8-8, and the Giants have the tiebreaker over the Cardinals, and the Cardinals have the tiebreaker over the 49ers. It's, you know what I mean?
You know who's an interesting dark horse? I'm going to cook you.
I know. The Bonghead Bandit.
The Bonghead Bandit. I mean, he's got a tough remaining schedule, but like, and one of them is against you, Clemson. But,
Yeah.
you know, all he's got to do is, and he goes on runs. I've seen it. He beats people that it doesn't make sense that he beats. Loses to people it doesn't make sense that he loses to.
Yeah,
He lost to... No, I guess it was late. Never mind. I was going to say he lost to Woody.
So
But that's not true.
here we're going to eliminate some people.
He lost to ZZ 31-0. I feel like that's the biggest margin of victory ZZ's ever had in his career.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
actually probably really true.
You know, I'm going to eliminate, I think D-Rob, he won't make it. I think Cook, he'll lose to Washington, and I don't think he'll make it. I think he'll go 7-9. I'm going to say Roll. You know what? I'm going to say Roll gets in. Roll's going to go 9-7. Roll's going to win 3 of his 4 and get in.
He would have a massive chub if that happened.
I know. That'd be epic. So let's just say to move on the conversation, because we can talk about the 6 seed for the next hour. Let's say it's the...
So I'm just going to say, just for fun, I'm pulling for D-Rob because I think it would be awesome to have 3 of the 4 teams in our division make it in the playoffs.
That would be great, and that'd be awesome. You know, I mean, tier 1, you know, they should be, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm sorry. Fiddy, are you fine with me putting Roll in there?
Yeah, I'm in. I'm all
right.
for it. He's my buddy.
So first round matchups, you're going to have Seattle versus Washington, Coach P versus Clemson. I mean, that's a COFL bowl. That's a NFC
That
Championship.
game finishes 12-9.
Yeah, without a doubt. Overtime.
I already played him once.
With the Coach P meltdown, too. Saying something lagged. Or...
Guaranteed.
Wouldn't it be first?
Yeah, he'd be the 4 seed. You'd be the 5 seed.
Okay, I got you.
And then you'd have Tampa Bay versus Arizona. Nick Slade versus Roll, which I think Nick Slade would take him down.
Yeah, Roll's defense isn't quite there yet.
No, it's not there yet, but he's getting there.
Yeah, his user skills don't lack.
Okay, so let's move on. We'll say Tampa Bay wins. So Tampa Bay in the second round would end up playing ZZ in the Falcons. And I'm going to say Clemson beats Coach P. Fiddy, who do you think wins, Coach P or Washington?
Man, that's tough.
Shit.
What was the score of the first one? 20. I feel like
24-9.
24-9.
And he kind of handled him. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, he kind of made him like it.
Is that true? Did you like it?
I think he liked it.
Oh, dude, I didn't know.
I made him like it.
Roll beat Nick Slade in week 1.
Wow. You know what I mean?
Or week 2.
I feel like Clemson gets in this time. I think so.
All right. So then you'd have Clemson versus Bowman, and you'd have ZZ versus Nick Slade. I think Clemson beats Bowman.
Can you imagine the ZZ meltdown if he lost to Nick Slade?
Oh. I kind of want it to happen just to see it.
I know.
Ooh.
Because Nick Slade would be throwing nothing but deep balls to Mike Evans, and ZZ is going to lose his shit.
Oh my god.
I'm already seeing it. God, I can already see that. Who do you think would win, Nick Slade or ZZ?
I think it's ZZ.
I think it's easy.
Yeah.
Defense still wins championships.
No, 100%. So honestly, I think we're heading towards a ZZ versus Clemson conference championship game.
That's
You know
awesome.
That is
you know what
awesome.
You know what they say? It's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season.
It is. I can't believe he beat you twice.
He shouldn't have beat me the second time. I melted down. I pulled a ZZ in the second half of that game.
Oh, man.
Well, Clemson, you can't pick yourself, and you said ZZ is going to the Super Bowl, or the COFL Bowl. Sorry, Fiddy, who do you think would win?
Oh, man. I honestly think it's ZZ, and I don't think it's for any reason other than the team.
I think it's Clemson. For the main reason that pressure.
Yeah, ZZ does kind of have, but I think
it's
if
a
ZZ
real
made
thing,
it to
man.
The championship game, and he actually won one. But it's not one. If he wins one game, he'll be fine forever.
Yeah, But pressure is a real thing.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me.
Hands are sweating, heart. Dude, when I was playing Jake, my heart was pounding. I don't even know. I couldn't believe it. It's been a long time since my heart was pounding playing a COFL video game. So you say
I still get that way with any primetime game at all. When we played, I was like that a little bit.
Yeah, I was fired up, and then I saw that user lurk. I was like, "Shit, I'm about to get the hands."
You kind of got the hand shell. I'm not gonna lie, but it didn't really. It snowballed. It wasn't as bad as it looked.
Now, so I'm saying Clemson represents the NFC. Fiddy's saying that ZZ represents the NFC. Clemson said earlier that ZZ represents the NFC, but we're going to give him.
Yes.
You're still sticking with it, okay?
I am, and it's for the reason that Fiddy just gave. He's good. Let's not take that from him.
Yeah.
But having the talent that the Falcons have multiplies that.
Yeah. Good
point.
point.
The talent for Atlanta far outweighs the talent that the Washington Redskins have. And so at some point, something weird's going to happen, and I'm going to end up losing.
All right, let's move to the AFC. And we're going to start with, what the Cincinnati Bengals are doing in the AFC right now. I said it earlier, Clemson, I don't know if you were on the podcast, but he is playing on par, if not better, than JT was when JT was just rolling through people. Giving up 88 points in 15 games. This is a Tier 1 schedule. This isn't like he's playing a bunch of schmoes. He's doing it.
Oh, yeah. He's been on fire.
Yeah.
I caught a little bit of a break when Lay left the league, but...
Yeah, but you're feeling it. You're feeling it, man.
There's no doubt about that.
You see what's coming. You know what's coming. And, there was a while when JT was playing where he wasn't talking shit. He wasn't, trying to get in people's heads, but he was in people's heads because they were so worried about what he was thinking or what he was about to do instead of just playing their own game. And I think
I was one of those victims many times.
Yeah, for sure. And I think playing you, I felt like that. I was like, Jesus. I'm like, I ran this play 4 plays ago, or I ran this play 2 third downs ago. He knows that I'm going to run it this time. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but.
That's an utmost compliment in my opinion.
No, I mean it. So right now we have 3 division winners. 2 division winners, I'm sorry. Cincinnati and the Jets. Jomo the Jet. Congratulations. Ugly division. But you know what, man? You're a good player, and you probably would have won that division anyway, so I'm not taking anything away from you. Then you got the Paul Brown division. It comes down. So if I beat Paige, I win the division. And I get a first-round bye, which would be lovely. And then Matty Harsh, 12-4. Matty Harsh, tough to play. He's
very tough to play.
He's someone you do not want to play in the playoffs.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit, man. And then in the Marv Levy division, you have the Bills at 8-6. The Chiefs' record's 8-8. So in order for the Bills not to win the division, they have to drop their last 2, and then it'll come down to a tiebreaker. It'll come down to a 3-way tie, actually. The Patriots. So that's actually interesting. I forgot about the Patriots, but I don't think he'll win, or I don't think he'll lose his last 2. So let's look at the seedings right now. You have Fiddy is the 1 seed. Fiddy will end up as the 1 seed. I'm assuming that I'll end up as the 2 seed. Yeah, I figure I'm going to go 13-3. Jets will be the 3 seed. Bills. Any of you guys got it up? Can you look and see who he has his last 2 games?
I sure can.
Real quick. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. He's got. I don't know which games he's. Oh, there we go. He's got the Raiders, and he's got Josh.
Ooh, those aren't easy games. Josh may be 4-10, but Josh is. We all know Josh is.
I don't want to talk about it.
Josh is a lot better than 4-10. And the Raiders guy, he's okay. Huh? He'll win one of those.
I've never played him.
Yeah, I played him. He's not bad. He's in the franchise too as the Giants. He's actually solid. All right. Well, I think he wins one of those games anyways. So he'll be the 4 seed. So I think those 4 seeds are set. In fact, all 6 seeds are pretty much set. For the most part, barring like I lose the page and the Bills drop the last 2. So you're looking at this right now, right? You see the 6 teams right there, 1 through 6. First round matchup, you got Jomo. You got the Jets versus the Dolphins. And I don't know if any of you remember that regular season game, but that was a great game. The Jets.
Here's the thing. Ryan Noodle Arm Tannehill is his quarterback.
Yep.
So there's no way he's going to be able to continue to roll out and dime 50 yards down the field.
That's what I'm saying.
His best play is the old roll out left, throw 30 yards downfield right, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that now.
Wow. That's and we've talked about, when every new Madden game comes out, we always talk about it. It takes until the new year until they finally get this game down.
Every time.
And now is hopefully they, here's the thing. We all know it's a video game. Shit's going to happen. But hopefully they've fixed it as best they can. And now is the time of year when they usually do. So
I don't know. Sometimes when they try to fix things, they make things way worse.
No, I'm with you. And that happens, but it's usually like around this time they've like figured out that, I don't know. It's just, you know what it is? This time of year, it's less broke than it ever is. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say.
It's peak Madden, even though Madden is still Madden.
So what I'm saying is, going back to the update, it's going to be interesting, man. That's a first round matchup. That's going to be all eyes on that one. And then you got Bills, Jaguars. I think the Jaguars take care of business. Bills player, he could play though. He's not bad, but I think Matty Harsh takes care of business. So let's say, do you guys agree with everything? Well, hold on, time out. Jets, Dolphins. Who wins?
Dolphins. I'm still going Jake.
Yeah, you got to go Jake.
Yeah.
Proven commodity.
Second round. Here we go. You got Jake versus Prez. And then you got Matty Harsh.
It'd be Jake and me, right?
Jake and Fitty.
Oh, it'd be Jake and Fitty.
Jake's the 6th seed.
Third time this season.
Can we talk about how Jake's the 6th seed?
I love it.
Oh, boy.
I think they tanked intentionally at the start of the year so that he could be the underdog in the playoffs.
He's playing it up in the chat, too.
Yeah, underdog my ass. Don't even try that shit, Jake. Wow, so I forgot Jake Fitty. And then you'd have me versus Matty Harsh, who me and Matty Harsh had awesome games during the regular season. I beat him in overtime 20-13, and then he beat me 9-7. I missed a Fitty saw it, a 50-62.
He got Cody Parkey.
Yeah, I got Cody Parkey. I hit the freaking crossbar. And I hit it perfect, and I think I had like pretty much all the kick meter. So, all right. So let's do some predictions here. So you got Clemson. We're going to start with you, okay? We got Fitty versus Jake, and then you got me versus Matty Harsh. Go.
All right, Fitty and Jake, what it's going to come down to is if you can get in Jake's head, he does some really, really dumb things.
Yeah.
Like he starts pressing really hard, and he just throws one dumb pass because, he just got tricked and the pressure's on. It's in his head. So you were talking about Fitty earlier and his ability to basically see 3 or 4 plays down the road.
Yeah.
He's going to get in Jake's head. Fitty wins.
Fitty's already in my head. I'm not even playing him.
I'm looking forward to it, though.
So, Clemson, who do you got? You got Fitty? I'm taking it?
I got Fitty.
And then me versus Matty Harsh? I won't be offended. So if you want to go Matty Harsh, go ahead. I won't be offended.
No. Hey, what did I tell you last week? No more playing the underdog role for Prez in the COFL. All right? You beat Matty Harsh. You faced Fitty in the championship.
I want a piece of Fitty. I just want a shot. I just want a chance. But I gotta get through. I'm getting fired up just talking about this.
I want nothing more than for you to have that shot.
Thank you. I think you'd rather play me than Matty Harsh, to be honest with you. All right, hold on. We'll get to that. Fitty, I'm not going to let you pick your game versus the Dolphins because, I mean, why are you going to go against yourself?
Seems fair.
Me versus Matty Harsh. Who wins?
I think that's going to be one of the closest games. I'm going to have fun watching that game. That's going to be one of those things where, like, both of you have extremely tight buttholes until, like, the third quarter. And then I don't know what's going to happen, but one person is going to make a mistake. And to be honest with you, I think it's going to be Matty Harsh. I don't think that he's –
Is it like a ZZ thing where it's like the team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just – I know that the Jags have that defense, and he's really good at using it. But, like, at the end of the day, your defense isn't bad either, and his offense is much worse than yours.
Yeah.
I just feel like if with him it's all scheme and using his players right, and he's really good at it. He sticks in the cover 3 a lot. But you're smart enough to figure that out. And at the end of the day, I don't know. I just feel like DeAndre Hopkins is on your team, and that should do something. Yeah,
I mean, if I was on the outside looking in and I was looking at these us playing, it's about as even as it gets. Literally about as even as it gets. Like there's no wrong answer. All right.
You also have like 3-time COFL MVP at running back in Lamar Miller.
I know. All right, guys, come on, quit putting a lot of pressure on me. Jesus. So
it's your time to shine. You've ran this for how long?
And no Brock Osweiler. You get Deshaun Watson quarterback with Lamar Miller.
All right.
That's such bullshit.
Well, I can't pick.
You never got to experience Brock Osweiler. I wish he had.
No.
No one should wish that on anyone.
So let's say it's Fitty versus Matty Harsh. I mean, you got to go with Fitty. You got to go with Fitty.
Yeah, I'm going. And you go Fitty.
You know, even
for what it's worth, we played each other, and I won 9-3.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a great game. It was about as COFL as COFL gets.
I believe it was 6-3, and I got a very late field goal. That was a deceptive 6-point win.
So hold on, I got to read some comments here, guys. We got a lot of comments. All right, here we go. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, it says. Carson Steiner says, nobody wants me to make the playoffs because they're scared.
Wrong there, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah, totally wrong there. Vafan Ghoul says, ha ha ha, Clemmy is so southern, LOL.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, you got a little accent there, bud.
You should come to South Carolina if you want to hear an accent, because I guarantee you, the people here think I'm from the north, man.
Good stuff. Spot says COFL Bowl is ZZ versus Jomo. Interesting. You know what? I mean, I think we're kind of sleeping on. Say Jomo beats the Jake. That means I'd play Jomo. So we could have a Jomo versus Fitty conference champion. Jomo's no slouch. It's not a bad spot. You're making a lot of sense tonight. I like it.
I beat him 24-13 in week 3.
Yeah. And then you got Nick Slade says, you ready for this, guys? He goes, fact or fiction? If I beat ZZ in the divisional round, I will make it to the COFL Bowl.
Fiction.
Yeah, I got to go fiction.
He's I know he claims to have the best offense in the league. He gets too careless, man. That's going to bite him in the playoffs.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's fiction, but it could be fact.
I picked him off 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
In our game. ZZ could get 10.
Yeah.
ZZ's got better user skills than I do.
All right, let me move on here because we're running out of time. So we got Victor Torres says, "Is there an application for this league too?" And I responded, "You're already on it, kid." Carson, whatever, and then
the COFL.com, by the way, you can apply there.
Yeah, he applied. He already got his information. Plus, he's in the franchise, so I can just add him.
The panel will discuss.
And then Deuce Club says, "Add me to the waiting list too." The Deuce Club would be a great addition, man.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, so do I. He's a good player. You know what? Because he gets what this league is about. You know what I mean? He's not trying to be a hero, and he's not a douchebag, pretty much. Then we got Vafan Ghoul says, Jesus. He goes, Clemmy sounds like a NASCAR driver. Carson Steiner says. Carson Steiner says COFL Bowl is me versus Fitty, and I win by 10. That's just never gonna happen. All right, so hey, let's get to some franchise because we're running out of time here, and we could just go on about this league forever. All right, so we're gonna move on to franchise right now, and let me just. Or Clemson, you're not in franchise, so you can stick around and listen, or you can bounce. It's up to you.
I'll go ahead and bow out. I'll keep an ear out.
Hey, but I appreciate you getting on. Great time. Always good talking to you. Good insight, and love to have you back next week.
Shameless
next week.
The old other podcast.
Yeah. I said it last time.
Losers Talking Winners.
He has a podcast. Yeah, there you go. Losers Talking Winners.
Appreciate that.
It is on Twitter called Losers Talking Winners, and it's a very good podcast. You can just tell he's good at radio. So
now
definitely
available on iTunes.
Definitely give it a listen. Definitely give him a follow. Like I said, we're all part of the grassroots movement, and we're all about helping out our own. Okay. All right, Clemmy. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you joining.
See ya.
Later. All right. So franchise. All right. So before we get into the craziness. That went on today, awesome. Which was started by you, which
could or may or may not be true.
So every so often, I gotta like look at who's in the league, and I gotta wipe out who's a bum, who's not chiming in, who's not playing their games. Listen, we get busy. I get it. You know, this is something we do on the side. It's for fun. So I did that today. And boy, oh boy, did it like wake up the league. I love it.
Things really escalated quickly.
I couldn't keep up. I could not keep up with everything that was going on. I literally couldn't keep all the trades. I wanted to get in, but I was it was crazy. And I think this group we got is these new guys are good. One of them
really
is
digging it.
Yeah, one of them's Kent's nephew.
I saw that earlier. That's crazy.
It is crazy. So Kent sent me a message on Facebook a while ago saying, hey, I was at my nephew's house or somewhere, and I saw him playing Madden. I told him about the league, and I told him to sign up. So this kid signed up, I'd say a couple weeks ago, and I just never messaged him. And so finally I did today, and that's when he said, hey, I'm Kent's cousin. That's so cool. So cool. So cool to see something like that come full circle. Or semi-circle, half circle, since it's not like it's
whatever.
As a kid,
some sort of circle.
Some sort of circle. Whew. A lot of action today, a lot of trades, and so we've extended the trade deadline.
1 week.
1 week because we had a lot of new guys. Right now we're looking at the playoff picture. You look at the top left. My old team, this team I built, I created. So anything that they do, I'm getting credit for. Absolutely is right. So they're 7-0. Jomo, the Cardinal, no longer the Jet, is 6-1. He beat JT the other night. He got that piano off his back. He's been looking to beat JT for a while, and he beat him. So congratulations.
Good for him.
Yeah. Big Daddy, Big Daddy, for all you new guys, you want to think of him as he's the heel of the league, but I'm trying to compare him to like an NBA player, someone that you like you want him on your team, but when he's not on your team, you hate him.
DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh, perfect. He's Boogie.
He is the Boogie.
He is Boogie. Dude, you just nailed it.
Dude, that is spot on. That's weird.
I may have to pull up the Daddy League's website to see like everyone's team and everything, but I just wanted to welcome everybody to the franchises and the trades and all that chaos. And Fitty, you were front and center. You were in the middle. And in fact, you probably still are in the middle.
Allegedly.
Of all of these.
You'll have to step into my office.
I think the thing that made me laugh out loud was you said to Logan, you're like, hey, step into my office. And his response was, I'm on my way, or I'm walking there now. It's just...
Oh, yeah.
Something it was funny.
Fun fact, he never showed up. I'd like to go ahead and publicly scold him for that.
Really?
Poor business practice.
Very poor business practice. Are there any trades that you can talk about that you've done?
I just actually pulled off 2 consecutive trades. I couldn't have done one without the other, so I'm actually got luck. I lucked out with the deadline getting pushed back, which I'd like to say, full disclosure, was strictly because there was 4 new guys that couldn't get any trades going because they entered the week of the trade deadline. But I got rid of. Let's check this out real fast. I traded Shaq Thompson, which was a tough thing for me to do. He's my user linebacker. Got Mike McGlinchey in a first from the 49ers.
Mike McGlinchey, huh?
Yeah, your boy at right tackle, which allowed me to put Brandon Scherf back at right guard. I got a solid little front 5 now on offense, which going into the offseason was a big point of emphasis for the Bengals. Then, as a result of that, I recently acquired Julio Jones 2 weeks ago because A.J. Green has been out with a partial MCL tear. He came back this week and was traded to the Jets upon his arrival. Julio Jones got Offensive Player of the Week, so we didn't need him anymore. But let's see, who did we get there? We got a middle linebacker there. I forget his name, which is probably a bad business practice also. Avery Williamson, I want to say. That's a person, right?
I think he used to play for Duke back in the day, and he was a point guard. Remember him? Avery Williams? Was it Avery? William Avery. No, my bad. Go on. Sorry.
Hey, same thing, though. That's definitely the guy, though.
Yeah.
Avery Williamson. So I got rid of a 83 linebacker that was 86 speed, I want to say. Got Avery Williamson. He's 28, but he's got 84 speed, 83 or 85 overall. Basically just stepped right in there. I got Mike McGlinchey and a first-round pick for A.J. Green, essentially.
So, hey, wow, Fitty, great. That was awesome. That was about as good as it gets. So right now up on the screen, I have a franchise game being played right now. It's Jomo versus the new guy, San Francisco. So the 49ers guy streaming, do you see how clear and clean this stream is?
Oh, wow.
See that?
Look at that. Well, that's fantastic. Mine's not that good.
Like, this is smooth. Oh, nice hit stick fumble. Like, I think is this his...
I don't know, but I have his first-round pick, so go Cardinals.
Good stuff. Before we go on, earlier today when I announced this podcast, Deuce Club tagged me and he said, hey, don't be too hard on me. I mean, Deuce, you're 0-8. What's going on? 0-8. You're not 0-8.
Gotta be a little hard on you.
I mean, yeah, he's not an 0-8 player.
Not even close.
Not even close. In fact, I predicted him to go to the AFC Championship last year. I can't get over the stream and how clean and smooth it is. I love this. Yeah, I got to give you a hard time. I mean, I know it's full tank mode, but 0-8.
Can't even accidentally win a sim or something?
I don't know. How about these names? Eric Dungy, Baker Mayfield in the stats. I like it. There was, I wanted to look at something real quick. Spot got, so Spot's 5-3, and I said I'd give him a sim win, and I didn't. I feel bad. That's on me. There's no one else to blame but me. You're not out of the playoffs, so keep fighting. But I do feel bad about that. You know what I wish? You know, hey, this is I said this earlier in a side message between Fiddy and I. And we're gonna get this together, and maybe we'll do it for the next podcast. We're gonna do a Madden wish list. Okay.
Yes.
And it's gonna be what's gonna be cool is it's gonna be like our own little flavor of a Madden wish list because we have certain things that we want for our not only traditionally but for our franchise. So we'll do 2 little wish lists: wish list for franchise play and wish list for Madden play, whether it be gameplay or for traditional league play. So that'd be cool. That'll be something to work on, and we'll get Clemson on here too. And Jake was trying to get on earlier, but he couldn't figure out Google Hangouts. The kid's 17 years old. He should know this stuff by now.
I just feel like that's one of those strong suits he should have.
So right now we are in wide open. We are in week 9, season. It's year 3 of this Madden 19, but it's season 7 of the COFL franchises. So we're moving along. And just so everyone knows, the new guys, it's a 72-hour advance. I really don't wait. I mean, sometimes actually I do because sometimes I don't advance to like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and if a game's playing, go ahead. I'll wait it out for you, but yeah, I think today was a good day for the franchise. I think it kind of. Oh no! Would that ball get tipped, or was that just a bad pass? Bad pass.
I don't know. Yeah, no. Bad pass.
Yeah.
Unrelated, Paige just lost in the traditional league, so that seed option is now gone.
Who'd she lose to?
She lost to Lons.
Lons. I think, you know what? I predicted Lons to go 9-7. He went 9-7. How about the Patriots in the franchise? 6-2.
You know, good for you guys. Yeah. Building right up from the ground up.
Pretty boy Floyd, the Raiders 5-2 is the 4 seed right now. I like him too. He's kind of quiet, does his thing, plays his games, keeps it moving. I like that. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we have Buffalo Bills, who is Mr. DMC, 5-2. He's an interesting character. Speaking of interesting characters, the 6th seed in the COFL franchise playoffs is none other than Vafangul.
You want to know why he's there?
Should we go and watch?
I had an absolute meltdown last week.
Should we go? Can we go watch it?
No, absolutely not. I'll leave the broadcast right now.
Okay, I won't. Well, tell us what happened.
More or less, I had the game in hand. I was up 6 with very little time to go. I was having some lagging issues, but I was trying to fix it at the same time. Not relevant at all. Essentially what happened was I didn't run the clock out entirely. He had about, I don't even know how much time it was. It was less than 30 seconds left. And he completes 2 plays, both of which, A, shouldn't have been caught, and B, should have probably been tackled in bounds. And I would argue still that the first one was in bounds. In either regard, he catches both, gets out of bounds on both, and with 1 second left, has a play from the 1 and gets in.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't see it.
He beat me 14-13 and probably shouldn't have even gotten that possession. And then not only that, but the 3 plays that happened afterwards were absolutely unreal. I broke my controller that day.
Are you serious?
It wasn't like broke. I thought I broke it because I gave it the old nudge and it turned off, but it came right back on. I've been playing with it since.
Wow, so hey, we got Nasty Nate. Oh, by the way, I got to talk about this. So Nasty Nate, also known as Nate the Great.
Oh, yeah.
He's been in the franchise before, and he's in mainly in the traditional league.
He's on paid leave, right?
Yeah, but now he's back. He'll be back in the traditional league next season.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, why is my Wi-Fi? I'm looking at the YouTube screen. It looks blurry. I got good Wi-Fi. Maybe it's just the weather. By the way, I know I'm going off 5 different ways right now. The weather in Chicago right now, it's about to get real bad. I don't know about where you guys are, but this weekend's highs of 2, low of -10. It's going to be bad.
Ooh, yeah, that's not good.
That's going to suck.
It was a high of 15 here yesterday, and today it was a high of 45.
Wow. 45? I'm wearing shorts.
Yeah, no doubt. I pretty much did, but 30-degree difference in high, one day to the other. Welcome to Ohio.
All right, so yeah, Nasty Nate the Great is coming back. He's going to be joining the franchise too. He'll be the last spot filled. He's a good player, always has been.
Me and him authored one of the best games in COFL playoff history.
Yes, Season 4, AFC Championship, Patriots-Texans in Houston.
I absolutely love that you know that like that.
Yep. Hey, man, I'm a COFL historian. It's what I do.
Absolutely.
I don't even know what I was talking about.
Your boy DeAndre Hopkins with that catch, though.
Yeah. Fuck. So, yeah, Nasty Nate's back. Let's check out the NFC. God, I still can't believe you called Big Daddy Boogie. That's so awesome. Hold on. Let me read some comments. Here. So, Victor Torres, who is the 49ers, by the way, he goes, "You're the Pats in the franchise, right?" I never responded to him. Yes, I am the Patriots. He goes, Let me see here. Oh, Milton Johnson. I'm sorry. Deuce Club is commenting on what I was saying about how I got to rag on him. I mean, 0-8. I still can't believe he's 0-8. He goes, yeah, I deserve it. And he goes, he's only had one sim loss. So 7 of those losses are gameplay.
That's pretty impressive. It makes a lot more sense, though.
I don't know, man. I mean,
you're going to tank.
Yeah, but I mean, he wouldn't be tanking to start the season.
That's also a good point.
You know?
Maybe he would if he just saw.
I think I'm going to attribute real life coming at him hard right now. He's probably traveling a lot. I don't know. I'm trying to make excuses for him. I'm trying to help him out.
I've played him. He's better than that.
And then he says he was trying to fly. Oh, he was talking about Chicago. He was trying to fly there yesterday and couldn't. Or maybe Ohio. I don't know. That's Deuce Club. Well, what'd you say? Anyways, moving on.
No way.
NFC playoff picture. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7-0, the team that I created. Jomo 6-1. We got Boogie at 6-1. I don't even know who the Redskins. Oh, that's EC Elite. I don't know about him.
Same.
We'll see. He might be another casualty coming up. So if anybody notices, by the way, I'm sorry, we got a good game going on here. First down here clinches it. Game's probably pretty much over anyway. Ball game.
All right.
So yeah, he's suspect. We'll see. Then we got Carolina. We have a new Carolina, Logan. Yeah, so the reason I booted Carolina was because he played the computer 5 times in a row. And thank you, Deuce Club, for pointing that out. I appreciate it. I can't pay attention to all of the stuff at once. So hey, snitches do not get stitches in the COFL. We promote snitching. All right?
They really do. It's kind of odd, but it's kind of a respectful thing to do.
Seriously. I mean, it's definitely a respectful thing to do. If someone's doing something wrong, let me know.
There's just 64 people, or at least 64 teams.
Seriously. You know, it's not like I'm watching film all day. Honestly, I wish I could. That'd be awesome. One day. So yeah. Anyway, then we got Seattle JT, the legend, 6-2. D-Rob 5-3 on the bubble. Spot 5-3 on the bubble. Saying he's done, but he's not. What am I doing?
He's already in my inbox, fire sale and everything.
I know, I love it.
But
where'd I go? And then we got the Rams. Then we got the 49ers, who just lost. They're now 4-4. The Vikings, who are ZZ, I believe, at 4-3. So I think right now the franchise is in a good place. It needed a little wake-up call, and we did that. And I'm on a bye week, so I don't play anyone this week, which kind of sucks. Bye weeks suck.
Yeah, they're awful.
So, yeah, I think
mine already too.
It'll be good. Man, good podcast.
This was solid. We covered a lot of stuff.
We covered a ton. The baby didn't wake up. I didn't have to leave you. Man.
It's pretty dope because Clemson wasn't here.
I know. I would have been like, hey, dude, you got it. Yeah, great podcast. Seriously. We covered a lot. And, hey, this is I'll do it. Fitty, he's on board. Clemson.
I'm here, man.
Yeah, he's a great addition. I think in the future what I want to do too is invite like random people on, like have like I shouldn't say random, but invite other people other than us on, like Deuce Club or Jake was getting on, and
we should try to do like a coach of the week kind of thing, maybe in the traditional and in the franchise. If someone does something outstanding, invite them on. That's
where I was heading, man. That's exactly where I was heading.
How about that?
I was gonna say ask them questions like, hey, what's your most memorable COFL moment?
We can give them a little questionnaire to fill out beforehand.
Exactly. So, yeah, we may have that in the future. This is a fun thing. We do it for fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. But we are going to stay with the trend as this being a sports talk COFL podcast, meaning we're going to talk mainly football. And so, like, when the Super Bowl is over, we'll talk NFL draft. Oh, shit, wife's on the way. You guys all see that. We'll talk NFL draft. We'll talk other things. We'll talk college football, yada, 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 yada.
Can't Can't wait.
Can't wait. I appreciate everybody listening. We had 18 people watching at one point, which was awesome.
11 through the end. I mean, what do you want?
Yeah, what do you want? So, I think it's time.
I need to come up with a cool sign-off. I don't have one yet.
A cool what?
Sign-off.
Yeah, mine's just, hey, I'm out later.
Hasta la bye-bye.
All right, hasta luego. I will see you guys next week. Let's get your games in. And like I said before, I appreciate everyone listening. Fitty, any last words?
I'll see you in the playoffs.
Yeah, you will. All right, guys. We're out. Later.
Have a good night.
See ya.